Hello anh em. Mùng 5 tháng 4. Hôm nay không? Là hôm nay mà. Đúng rồi anh. Video thứ 3 đúng không? Cho anh em là kênh đọc sách. Ngày mùng 5 tháng 4. Đọc tiếp Homunculus. Why don't we discuss this over some morning coffee? Your eyes are quite puffy. Did something happen? Yeah, I slept hella long. What are those tears under your eyes? Today's tear is scale from the eyes. To start up, the things you experience are occult or supernatural phenomena. And no, you have not gone crazy. They can all be explained through science and psychology. So what are these monsters? Homunculi? When you search on the net, they are often called artificial human. But for today's experiment, my definition will be more basic and authentic. In modern times, the word homunculus, it used to mean the little man inside the brain. Little man inside the brain? Yes, look at this. What is that? It is the sensory homunculus, well known in the field of neurology. If you touch this glass, it feels cold, right? Yeah, but this chill always seems to come from your fingertips. It actually felt in the brain. Come on, I know that. What that means is that there are fingertips in your brain, the part of brain that feels the information from your finger, right? All of the sense of the human body correspond a location in the brain, like a map. This here is the finger part. For areas for hands and lips are pretty big. So if you combine all of these into a body, it looks like this. When humans want to fully feel something, they use their hands or mouth. The cheapest example of this being sex. But it is way different from the monster I saw. That is nothing more than a sensory homunculus based on the sense of touch. Besides touch, humans can also see, hear, smell, taste. We use all five senses to obtain information. Using the sense to collect information, we call experience things. Over time, the things we experience turn to memory inside brain. The manifestation of the experiments turn memories built up in the brain over time. Is this pure form of the homunculus? That is pretty complicated. Well, if we sidestep the technical speak and put it roughly, the distortion hidden deep within people's minds are seen as the different monster, as homunculi. Distorts méo mó. It within your minds as seen as the different monster as the homunculi distortions. For example, this Jamira woman. I heard some stories after our meal yesterday. You told me that it seems like you are protecting her neck. What do you think that? We had some kind of neck up fiction. It seems that the man he once had a relationship with had a habit of strangling her. She is very sensitive to the topic of necks, and she reacts intensely to anything that would touch her neck. Furthermore, she is novel rich and adores jewelry. She is covered with rings and earrings. She has nothing resembling a neck around her neck. In truth, she unconsciously guarding her neck, and so she appears this way to you. The point is, physical wounds and injuries do not become visible homuncularly. It is the mental emotions and scars, the psychological distortion that turn into homunculi that you can see. So let's take it very thin, man. First of all, I don't have any confirmation of this, so it's nothing more than a wishful conjecture on my part. Just think of a bit of random nonsense. Sure, the expression paper thin personality is used rather often, so this man here may appear to be fat. But in response to his meager inference of familiarity, he eats large quantities of food to simply make himself appear large. Not insanely fat. What's important is the personal image that each person holds of themselves. Everyone had a personal image that differs from their external appearance. When I try to image myself, all I can think of is what I look like. That's the tricky part. One's personal image resides in the unconscious. Inside the unconscious. Wait a minute. The place your true self first appears in your dream. You appear in those dreams in impossible forms, flying through the sky and melting. I see now. This circle girl is a modern symbol. Let's say this girl has 6 forms, one for each part. When she picks up the phone, the part that corresponds to the core activates, just like a doll that can be assembled or disassembled at will to sell its products. This part is no doubt what was being bought at that moment. This girl must have an unconscious pathetic, vô thức image of herself as a modern mannequin. How you reframe herself through money and sex. Okay. This Japhos must have been quite twisted, I'm sure. A good guess. When he was a boy, something happened with a blade and his finger. And since then, they put up severely strength barriers until he turned into a giant robot. There must have been something that pushed him to solitude to create such power barriers around himself. What do you think? Could be right. Oh, come on, you don't very interest. There's an incredible thing happening inside you right now, Mr. Nakoshi. You can see the distortion inside the human heart. I'm so jealous. I know I can see the distortion. So what should I do to make the monsters disappear? By disappear, do you mean to rid yourself of your ability? No. What should I do to make the homunculus distortions disappear? I see. What can you do to exterminate the homunculi? Yeah. Think of them as doppelgangers. Doppelgangers? To get rid of one's doppelgangers is to get rid of one's distortion. Pardon me for going into a bit of psychotherapy explanations. Think of this as a human separate into a conscious and an unconscious. Okay, I can get it. Unconscious and unconscious.